I'm Saahil Karnik, a major in computer science. For this project, I had to answer the foundation questions along with Leo. I learned a lot about race conditions, parallel programming, and about the Raspberry Pi in general. I also learned about condensing paragraphs, just reading them, understanding them, and condensing them. Um, One challenge I faced in this project was adjusting everybody's schedules because it's a hard task, but we managed to get there in the end. I'll apply the knowledge I learned from this project in my future classes, work, job, etc. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Justin Lepiten. I'm also a major in computer science. My task for this assignment was similar to all the previous assignments. Me and Emin were the ones to work on the lab report for the parallel programming task on the Pi itself. So we were actually, our responsibilities actually included working directly with the Pi. I learned a lot about the barrier clause and also the master worker, how you can assign one thread to be the master worker, and just by using a simple if statement. I think the biggest problem that we faced was just a very simple one when we were trying to compile the C file for, I think it was for the first code that was in the task. We were trying to compile it, and we needed to utilize some of the math functions, but I guess we didn't, the terminal wouldn't compile it, and we didn't know why. But then Emin brought up that all we had to include was just one more command in order to fully import all of the math functions. So I think how I can apply that to the future is just basic troubleshooting skills, and even though it was a simple mistake, it took us about 15 to 20 minutes just to fix it. And once we actually fixed it, even though it was simple, we felt a little bit dumb, but also it was satisfying. So I think that was also my best experience in this assignment.
Hi, my name is Benitez. I'm also a computer science major. My task in this project was to reset the GitHub account, the task cards. I also helped with foundation questions. What I learned from this task was the challenges in parallel programming, such as a race condition. And I also learned about different implementations of parallel programming in strategies and patterns. And how I would apply what I learned is in my future classes, hopefully in the higher end programming courses. The best experience in this project was actually learning about the topic. I found it pretty interesting, and the biggest challenge is just managing my time again. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Dale Franks. I'm also a computer science major. My task for this assignment was to compile the report, so to take everything that all my other group members compiled and put it in the report and spell check it and formatted everything. And also I was the team coordinator for this project. From this assignment, I've learned that it can be hard sometimes to find a time for everyone to meet. But aside from that, I learned that it's difficult. I learned how to take technical information and compare it to other technical information to make sure that everything is correct when it's compiled together. I think that I can use what I learned in any future classes or jobs, just because there's always going to be a need for somebody to just put things together. I think the most challenging thing I faced during this project was probably just finding time for everyone to meet. We had a couple times where it's like maybe someone had to go to a meeting, maybe someone had to go to work, but we figured it out in the end, found a good time to meet. All right, thank you.
Hello, my name is Oseriemen Ivbaze, and I'm a computer science major at Georgia State University. My task for this assignment was basically writing and running the programs on the Raspberry Pi using C. And the hardest part that I faced while completing that task was just like Justin said earlier, when we were trying to compile the math library needed to be linked to the C file, while you were compiling, and we didn't know that, so it took us some time to figure that out. Another issue that I faced was a serious time constraint in terms of the position that we were in at that moment, because of the fact that this is approaching finals and there are other classes that require a lot of assignments. I was almost surprised when I realized that I still hadn't completed the assignment for this project. And because of that, I realized that time management is very important in terms of just projects in general. And I believe I can apply that when I do go to work somewhere and I'm with a team and I have to actually get certain tasks done on my own. I can apply those time management skills to complete things on time and finish the project on the deadline. And that's it for me. Thank you very much. And this is the